As far as food is concerned, this is something, of course, that should be amongst the highest priority. And you want to see what kind of food you can prepare yourself with for a long-term time period, which is 2011 and 2012. You want to have a good amount of food for that time frame, and most of it is going to be the packaged food that has the expiry date. The rice has been noted as one of the top ones that you can get. Fish does very well for shelf life as far as canned fish is concerned, but having just an emergency package, because the times are going to be very difficult. There is a lot of evidence for this food shortage to occur, that you want to have the longer term period also, but you also want to have a 6-month supply. I mean, depending on what you can afford too, a decent 6-month supply that is available to you. And when you also debate the food situation, if you want to get more food, you could think about getting more that you can plan on trading later on if you're looking to get out of the dollar. So you could say, for example, say you didn't like fish, but you had two strategies. One, I'm going to try to learn to like it so I have it on me. Two, I mean, if you're hungry and you need healthy food, there you go. But even then, you still have an asset in which you can trade. If you were to buy $100 worth of assorted fish that's got expiry date of at least 3 years or around 3 years, what's going to happen is if you sell it later, you're not going to get hit with inflation, because the one item that say costs $2, if inflation gets really bad, or when inflation gets really bad, $6, $7. And of course, if they don't accept the dollars anymore, well, by preparing in advance, you're not only fine with the whole dollar collapse, but you might even perish and love the fact that this is happening. As far as other food, you want to look at vegetable gardens in the sense that what can I do to create more this way? Can I make more as far as, well, I think I can make more of one particular kind of food and do pretty well with it. If you have silver or gold, what you can be able to do is, if you need help with the gardening work that you're doing, or anything that you're going to need help down the line with the barter system, is by having extra silver, you'll be able to pay people to help you out along the way. And that's why I like junk silver, dimes, and quarters, because for quick jobs it pays very well, as this means that it's so much easier to pay. And with the unemployment rates going as high as it is, it's a very easy strategy to find out that the pay wages are going to get lower. That doesn't mean you're going to be able to really pay pennies. It just means that it shouldn't cost you an arm and a leg for employees or for people to help you along the way when there's a lot of people that are looking for work. It basically goes between the whole supply and demand issue for this type of deal. And it's not just for food as far as having people help you along the way. It's whatever type of ventures that you plan on doing along the future that could help you that way. So agriculture is the next big thing, because if you're looking to get into real food, then what are you going to need as far as soil is concerned, as anything that is associated with agriculture that you feel you're going to need. This is the time in which you want to be prepared and get what you think you can be able to need type deal. As there's a lot of evidence right now that there's going to be a lot of shortages as far as food is concerned, and agriculture is most likely going to get hit very hard during the next few years. As the biggest reasons for this is going to be the severe rain and we're not getting any rain in many parts of the world. This means a lot of droughts is going to make it very hard for a lot of vegetables to grow. This is going to force you to find a way of obtaining water along the way to be able to grow the food, which brings in extra work and supply for that matter. So it makes the affordability of agriculture extremely difficult. This might give us a good reason for the supply and demand of agriculture, why it's a good time to get in on it at this point right now. As far as floodings are concerned, meaning you're getting too much rain, you really want to go through the plants that you can grow, in which does very well, or at least can survive the downpours and the excess rain that can go along the way with it. Energy is something that is also very important. Whether you're looking to invest in power generators of some sort, just batteries for that matter. Survival tools are very big. Batteries, I think, is just important to have a few here ready to go for the emergency items. You want to take a look at what kind of batteries you need based on the equipment and technology that you have. But like backup power generators that you can be able to get is very huge. As there's a good chance that the electrical grid can be unstable, and this is a good protectionary item to have. As far as getting into alternate energies like windmill, solar panels, if you have the availability to do it, it's an investment. It's totally an investment, as this way, instead of relying on the energy grid, you're now relying on the systems in which you have and which you control, if you will. So it gives you a much higher advantage as far as that is concerned. Crude oil, if you have any way of storing it, I mean, that's not the easiest thing in the world to do, but there's another one there. There's a lot of evidence that oil is going to, at least this year, even test that $100 a barrel mark, but even potentially go a lot higher when the dollar is going through its tremendously poor downfall that it is having right now. So any type of energy items, and once again, you really want to look at the stuff in which you're going to use. You want to know your geographical location, because every area is different. I can't just say this is the best investing strategy, because everyone's strategy is different based on who you are and what you need.